Okay, we are back. You want to get on? Jump on with me.
Come on, Carolyn. Come on.
All right. I know Scott Golden's going to be here in a couple of seconds. No, you're in. Stay on. Stay on. We got plenty of headphones. We got 4 or 5 at this time. Yeah, there you go. Ah, now you're there. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Hey.
Now we're talking.
Hey, we want them to commentate on the senior women's. This is Sylvia Whitehouse. Carolyn Bagley and myself won bronze, so
Yeah.
we're waiting around for the medal presentation, so I want to watch.
Glad to have Sylvia on board with us.
Oh, that was nice.
So
Keeping it soft when someone's a banger, you got to do the yin and the yang. If they're a bang, you dink it. You dink, if they're dinkers, then you bang them.
So we have Lisa Naumu and GIGI Lemaster versus Helen Wilheim and Kim Jagd in the 2018 Texas Open Senior Women's Open Doubles Gold Medal match,
Nice.
right, Sylvia?
Yes, and I think that what both of them are doing is one player is just going in the middle and they're just shaking and baking is what they said that their strategy was going to be, shake and bake.
I like that. Little razzmatazz,
Well, you
shake
can
and
do
bake.
that when you have a temporary net because, it's so much more forgiving than a permanent net.
Well, that's a nice matchup.
Yep.
Boy, we were seeing some great pickleball last match. Now this match, man, the women are they're coming along.
Well, I think the tennis players have come into the game, and, it's all about driving the ball, as we just saw with Leanne and her mom. Nice.
And Scott Golden rejoins us in the booth. This will be our last match of the...
Nice. See, shake and bake. Just put them down the middle, and that's what Helen's good at. Set them up and...
knock them down.
Yep.
We're glad that you all are watching this
and they have the
women's.
momentum because they have been sitting like GIGI and Lisa have. Oh, that was a great shot.
We were just talking about that.
The team coming off that bronze medal match usually has that momentum,
Yep.
don't they?
Yeah.
We have Courtney Johnson refereeing the match.
She reffed our bronze medal match.
She
did.
did?
Good job.
Yeah, she's a good ref. As is Nicole Hobson.
Gigi's always so calm.
Not going to get rattled up there.
Nope. Yep. See?
There we
The
go.
first one.
Steady Eddie.
Yep.
I mean, she's been in these gold medal matches
Yeah.
for so many years. I mean,
You have
It's
to be
amazing.
mentally tough. That's like a huge percentage of winning is being mentally tough, not getting down on yourself when you make a mistake and be able to let it go when you make a mistake. Otherwise, and you have to have a partner that doesn't beat you up.
absolutely. It's very important. The court chemistry in these high-level matches has to be there.
And you have to trust your partner. I mean, I don't know if these guys always play with each other. I'm not sure about Kim and Helen, but oh, that was nice. Nice. Yep.
Nice
You don't hit it to Helen's forehand. She just has got a lob to her forehand because she can put it away, especially with a great angle.
A lot of power up there. A lot of firepower out of Helen.
Nice. That was good.
That's
I
good.
thought.
Yep. Get the call from Dusty Stevenson.
Who's a local tennis pro
He
here
is.
in the area, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Just
Doing a
new
great
to
job.
pickleball, too.
Absolutely.
Started up about this year sometime. I was talking to Dusty a couple of months ago. We were playing pickleball.
Nice. See, they're there banging, shake and bake. Oh,
Oh.
she should have let that go. That's the hardest thing when you get in women. It's hard to stop and let the ball go. I'm the queen of hitting out balls. That's when your partner should be the one telling you.
Yelling no.
Yes.
Or something.
Yes.
Something audible.
Yes. That's great shot, Helen. Oh, see, GIGI should have let that. See, yep.
But, everything's happening so fast.
Yes.
It's unfolding in a matter of just milliseconds. And, you're talking about that. And you said you're the queen of hitting out balls. But, honestly, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard to lay off.
2-2-1 on the side out.
Nice. That's a good change. Yep, that was great. See the paddle out in front. You have to have your paddle out in front. I love to watch Matt Wright's videos just because you have to have your paddle out in front of you. You can get so many more angles. instead of down, I'm a former softball player, and I have to condition myself to keep my paddle up and not down. And especially when you're tired, the gravity tends to pull your hands down.
So that's something you have to consciously work on, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I hope everybody heard that. I mean, that's not something that just comes natural all the time. You have to work at these things.
No, that's why you have to drill more than you play.
The muscle memory has to be there.
Yes, because when you don't have time to think, when you get in these heated exchange, fast exchange, you don't have time to think. It's your body does it faster than you can think.
Absolutely.
You're on,
And you've been playing all day, right?
Yeah.
Sylvia, it's like you're in these battles, you've been going all day, and when fatigue starts to set in, you have to make that conscious effort to keep that paddle out in front.
Yeah, we beat Kim and Helen in 3, but I was tired after that,
Absolutely.
So the next one we got killed by GIGI and Lisa, and they were lucky because we were tired after going to 3.
No question.
2-2-2. All twos.
See, shake and bake.
We're seeing a lot of driving.
Yep.
Kim looks like she likes to drive that third. She's good at it.
Well, that's a good strategy because they've got to hit a great drop shot, or they're going to bang it back, or it's going to scare them, and they're going to pop it up, and that's why you shake and bake, and that person just picks off the ball. They're in the middle. Let them make that. Yeah, that was good. You have to let them go for the angles, and that's not percentage pickleball, That's why when I teach, I always tell them, it's percentage pickleball, especially when it gets tight. You don't want to be going because you have a high percentage of hitting it wide. So that's why it's great when someone just stands in the middle.
Absolutely.
2-3-1 on the side out.
Nice, Gigi. See, Gigi's good at slowing the ball. You have to. They're banging it. She's got to slow it.
And she hit that dink out wide to her left foot and pulled her off that kitchen.
Nice. Oh, good one. See, that was to her backhand, but she took it as a forehand right at her feet.
Four, 3-2.
Nice. See, she held it.
There it is.
Nice shot, Lisa.
You've seen that play before, right, Sylvia?
Yeah.
A few times?
Yeah, a few times right at me. Yep. She can direct it in any direction she wants. Her backhand's really good.
Do we know if Kim and Helen play a lot together, or do we know if this is the first time?
I'm not. I think maybe they played a couple times together. Well, Kim's from California and
Helen's from here.
Texas.
She's from here in the area.
Oh, nice dig.
Very nice shot. Yeah, Helen is fairly new to pickleball within the last year. I know that. I played with her a few times.
She won the bronze at the U.S. Open with Doug Fleming. They played awesome.
Yeah. Timeout. 6-3-2 on the timeout. That's
smart. See, timeouts are always smart. Take timeouts.
Okay, Scott, do you think that your golden rule is going to be in effect?
I'm going to stick with my gut instinct on it as well. And Scott Moore and I, we were on the same page a lot. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that.
What was your?
Coming out of a timeout.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so,
you have to come out fighting. That's what you have to, especially when you called the timeout.
Right. That's what we
come out being aggressive.
That's what we talked about. The team that calls that timeout has to come out and win that next point. It's so crucial. And what we've seen today is that the teams that it's been consistent, that the teams that have come out of that timeout have actually won those next points.
We have a special visitor into the box right behind us is Jean Ann Stasny.
Hi, guys. How are y'all?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm great. How about this action this afternoon? That Women's Open goal was amazing. I don't even have words for the competition we just saw.
You planned it that way, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. It was all planned. Yeah. But now we've got the Senior Women's Open, and this is going to be a true battle. I believe that there's complete different strategies across the net.
Well,
these teams are completely different in their styles, so it'll be real exciting to see which style will prevail.
There's the golden rule happened again. Team that called the timeout won the point.
Yep. That
was a side out. That was a side out. They
okay,
called the
so they were the ones that called.
Yes.
So we're still batting
98%. I hit the T on the timeout.
Well, you want to break the momentum.
Absolutely. Well, and it works a lot of the time.
Gigi's laying into him.
That was a great overhead by Lisa right there.
Yeah, Gigi set that up good, though, with a really good aggressive shot, and then Lisa was able to finish it off. So that's great.
Want to give a shout out to.
So now they're stacking. Kim and Helen are stacking so that Helen's forehand can be in the middle.
Yeah, because Helen has great power. Yeah,
She has a great backhand, too.
yeah,
That
that's
two-handed
true.
backhand.
That's true. That's true.
But Jean Ann, how did you put this tournament on? What were you thinking one night as you're watching television about a year ago? You thought, hey, I'm just going to put together this little tournament, see if we can invite all my friends around the area, all over the world to come in and then broadcast this thing all over, over 20,000 views already to date at this point.
Well,
how'd you come up with the idea?
You know, there's more than one reason I think that I did this, and of course it wasn't just me. I have a great team. If anything, I'm good at picking good people. So I think that this team has done an outstanding job. But I think I've just studied, and I was concerned. You know, it's important that we build sustainable tournaments that can be sustained and continued to grow the sport. And at the same time, I think it's important that we build spectator experience and that we build player experience. So that's the reasons I thought we could do a good job here in Texas. Dallas knows how to do sports, and you know, I've attended quite a few, so I really believe we could do a good job. But the proof's always in the pudding, so I'm excited to hear the feedback that we've gotten. So
I've heard no negative feedback.
Awesome feedback.
That's wonderful. Well, we just want everybody that didn't get to come this year gets to come next year. One thing I just wanted to point out is dates for next year: September 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. The Texas State Fair is the week after that, so it would be an exciting thing for folks. We have one of the biggest state fairs in the world.
I think it's the largest. It's the biggest. We
it
have big
is.
Tex. We have
Right.
big Tex. Good
Well,
grief.
Texas goes go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
It's
That's right.
unbelievable. If you've never been to the State Fair of Texas, I've told people this. It's not your just rinky-dink fair.
Not your average.
No, this is not.
And
it's
that's
like
going
this
to be the
tournament.
week after?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that, if I'm not mistaken, but it's something worth staying around for. You know?
Absolutely.
But we definitely want this tournament. We want to stand on. So what I'm excited to be able to talk about now is that we've seen a lot of the gold medalists. We're seeing winners from all over the country. We've had folks from the East Coast, folks from the West Coast, folks in the middle of the country winning medals. And what we're excited about is that's what we want Texas to be. It's a meeting point for all of the country to come and battle it out to see which part of the country truly prevails. So I think we were able to achieve that this year. It's exciting, and hopefully we can just expand on that next year, along with the international interest that we've seen on Facebook, as well as emails I've gotten personally saying they're going to come and participate. I think that the Europeans think they can get into the action and maybe take some medals and some money away from our American contenders. So it'll be nice to see that happen.
Dallas is an easy plane flight, isn't it?
It is. It's one thing. It's easy to get to Dallas. You can get to Dallas from anywhere in the world.
It's going to be hard to leave once you come here. You might want to move. Everybody's moving to Dallas. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the only thing I heard as a complaint was folks were eating so much great barbecue, they were moving a little slow on the court.
But we heard cake and grapes also, too.
Yeah, cake and grapes.
That from the Waters. They said that was their pre-match food of choice because they jumped us on in the booth, and so they had, there's the remnants over there.
We were giving them credit for eating grapes and being healthy, and then the mom said, wait a second, I got to admit, we had some cake earlier.
That was a great grab by Lisa and him.
Yes.
Boy, she tried to get that back going, but they got the momentum on the other side of the court. So good try on.
Quick question: would you like to shout out to any sponsors, anybody that you can thank? You'd like to thank, in addition to your volunteer base and all the great people that you've had on your committees. Anybody in particular you'd like to mention?
Yeah, we've got some amazing, amazing folks that have been and.
Scores 372.
The sponsors that we have several sponsors, and it's hard to just be on the spot like that, Craig. But
I'm gonna put you on the spot. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, right. Hey, Engage.
But you've had a lot.
I want to say Engage Sports has sponsored the paddles for our tournament and just been an emotionally supportive company. I think Engage is always striving to help build pickleball, and they do a lot for the community, and they sure did a lot for the Texas Open. We want to appreciate them.
Didn't they make a
That's
special
great
paddle
gift by
They
Lisa.
did. We
for
have
the gold medal winners?
We have the official Open Texas Open paddle, the Engaged Trident. It was made, and we're unveiling it here at the tournament. So it has never been seen before, and it's released now.
I remember you saying that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
That they are that engaged in what you're doing. Sorry,
That's great.
bad pun. I had
No
to,
pun
It was sitting
intended.
right there
Yeah.
on the tee, and I had
Yeah,
to knock
you had
it
to
off.
knock it off.
I just
That's
had to
right.
knock it off. But
Yeah.
no,
I have to say the leadership of my team, each area that has led, they've just done an outstanding job of executing the plan. We planned a lot. A couple of them were kind of weary of my planning, but once we had the event, they kind of saw the reason behind
yeah.
it. So, but I got to give it to them. I've had an outstanding team to work with.
There's no question.
and you've had, what, 3 hours of sleep in 3 days? maybe?
If that,
And you played in
probably.
the event, too. So you're going to
I'm
go
not
home
gonna
and
do
Came
that
in
next
fourth.
year.
you're right.
Yeah,
Came
I
in
did.
fourth.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, in
no.
the open level, that's pretty good for me.
But you've had literally, you're still smiling, you're still having a good
Yeah, I
time.
just glad to
even
hear
after
people having
She's
fun.
always smiling. That's the one thing.
you can always, that's the one constant in life.
I'm
Gina
telling you
says
what.
she's always got the biggest smile on her face whenever she sees you.
I met her in Beach Mountain, North Carolina last year,
Beach
and that was
Mountain.
the thing that stuck with me. Was she was always having a great time, always smiling. She was gracious enough to play some pickup games with me too. So
She was my partner at Beach Mountain.
There we
That's
go.
right. We got a silver, Sylvia.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. So it looks like Helen did an interesting thing. She didn't use her power with the serve. I noticed she was taking an off-speed serve to the other team.
just trying to mix it up a little.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious why. Probably see, she's taking the pace off, and it's working. Yeah. So
We'd like to thank also, too, probably Christine Barksdale with the U.S. Pickleball Association.
absolutely,
Did a great
Christine,
job.
yeah.
She's already left and gone home, I believe,
Right.
today, didn't she? But she
right.
was here for a few days and
Yeah.
played in the event and was nice enough to be a great representative of pickleball from the United States Pickleball Association. Melissa McCurley.
Right, Melissa with pickleballtournaments.com has done an amazing job. Nicole Hobson, Rick Hodson, helping with tournament operations. Courtney, Robin, Jana. We've had a ton of great people involved. Just so many people have helped.
You had the kitchen sink thrown at you. You had Plan A and then Plan B, but it worked
Beautiful
seamlessly.
shot.
I mean, the
Right
team,
down
the
the
team
middle.
that the
She picked that
preparation and the
ball right down the
timing
middle there.
with the weather that it was on Friday caused Plan B. You already thought about Plan B ahead of time, and it just went off seamlessly indoors here at Lifetime Fitness as well. I'm sure
Thank you.
shout out to them as well.
Yeah, the team again. We planned ahead of time, but I did emphasize to them. I said, guys, if we pull the trigger, we have to move because pandemonium will set in if people don't know what to do. So once we pulled the trigger, we all had a plan on how we were going to get to the other venue and reset up the experience. And I got to give it to the team. They did a great job.
But it's been a
Appreciate
well-run event, well-thought-out event. I mean,
Well,
if
everyone loves
barbecue,
Jean Ann, so
right.
she called everyone, and everyone came, and
You
it's
can't say no.
testimony to her and how much people love her, and
Okay,
people were
guys.
ready to. Yeah.
Y'all are going to embarrass me
No,
now.
say hi to
Let-
the world
hey,
out
we're
there.
in a
Say hi to the
timeout.
world. We're going to say hi to the world. You're
Hi,
right there,
world.
just over there. We've had people watching in Switzerland. We've had people up in Michigan. We had somebody from Modesto, California checking in. We've had Florida. We're all
International.
over the international crowd here.
That's
so,
great.
All because of you.
Oh, that's sweet. I don't know about that, but thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got back off a timeout here.
So this is the 10.
This
Yeah.
is the point. This
is
see,
it. This is
who
the
called
big
the
one.
timeout? Because we got to see who
Nice.
who wins the point.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good defense by GIGI.
Oh.
Wow. Nice shot
Good
by
overhead
Kim
there by
Jag.
Kim.
Yeah.
That's a side out.
All right.
So if they called the timeout, we're still running.
We're still running. That's right. Oh, and a long
Oh.
serve.
When we played her, Helen hit her serve out too and that's not like her.
We're at 3-8-2.
Oh, nice block. Nice.
Oh, we had a great switch
Look at
right
those
there.
hands.
Kim just came on over. Kim was in that right side. When that ball went up and it was a little shorter, she just moved on over and hit that inside-out overhead.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yep, taking turns at shake and bake.
Oh, boy.
Goodness.
We also have from the villages in Florida. We love pickleball. That's a huge community
Yeah,
Yes.
down
Oh,
in Florida.
yeah.
Ton of pickleball there, yeah.
Ellen
I've heard
Baker Huber.
I've heard 300 courts
Carolyn
in the
Bagley
villages.
got the bronze, and she lives
All
in
right,
the
there
villages.
it is, guys. There it is.
Okay, that's
All
the
right.
first game.
Game one in the books.
Goes to GIGI and
Well,
Lisa.
their backboards, they have a lot more, GIGI especially, she's a backboard. And, of course, I'm a dinker, so I'm glad that GIGI's, still there's some dinkers in the game,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know what about GIGI Lemaster? Granted, she does get everything back, but what GIGI does is she gets it back with a purpose. And she always puts it somewhere where it's tough to get. So, she doesn't just get it back. She gets it back with a purpose.
And a plan. You have
yeah.
to get it back with a
Right.
purpose, and then you and your partner have to have a plan of what you're going to do, and you have to stick to the plan or change it as it's a work in progress.
Right,
Absolutely.
I agree, Sylvia.
Yeah, because you can't just go out there and play. You have to have strategy, and a lot of people do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So what type of game do you like to play, Jean-Ann? Do you like to play indoors, outdoors, or do you like both?
Oh, you're going to set me up.
Putting
for
you on the spot
some
again here.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, he did say that's what he does.
Yeah, well, I
That's
like
my job.
outdoor.
That's my job, is to ask questions. I'm a tough reporter.
I like outdoor pickleball, but I appreciate indoor pickleball as well. I think that for me, outdoor pickleball or indoor outdoor, I guess is what we're playing today, where you have the outdoor surface and the outdoor ball, to me adds more dimension to the game. There's more things you can do with an outdoor ball. The indoor ball isn't quite as easy to make diversity with, so I feel like it's a little bit more diverse game. There's a lot more things you can do, but I'm sure there's some indoor folks that would disagree with me. However, that's my belief. It's all good, and if you're out moving your body and playing pickleball, it's always a good thing.
That's right.
Well, it's a disadvantage to the people who always play indoors because most of the big tournaments are outdoors.
That's
U.S.
true.
Open's outdoors,
Very
Nationals
true.
is outdoors. The only tournament that's indoors that's a big one is Senior Nationals is always inside
That's
a
a good point.
convention. So,
Yeah.
it's a disadvantage to the Northerners who, have poor weather all year round.
Very
so.
good point, Sylvia, and that's why the Texas Open will always be an outdoor surface.
But you know what? When people say, "Oh, I only like to play with the Dura ball. I only like to play with the Onyx ball," you can't do that because, it's just like you have to be able to adjust. You can't have in your mindset, "Oh, I don't play well with Onyx." No, but
You
you're
can't
gonna
be
play.
one-dimensional
Yeah,
in
yeah.
pickleball.
You have
Right.
to be able to deal
Right.
with any ball.
Okay, that's true. All right, we got a side out here. GIGI serving.
Doing a social
Nice.
post here.
Nice shot.
Had Sarah Ainsbury ice in her left shoulder. She was slightly injured yesterday.
Yeah.
And then also we were Jeff Atwell from Pickabilly Heaven in Bluefield, West Virginia.
West
You
Virginia.
didn't know you were big in Bluefield, West Virginia,
That's
did you?
awesome. Well, thank you, Jeff. We hope you're here next year.
Right. Don't be in Pickabilly Heaven.
Yeah.
Come over here and be in
Come on down to
barbecue
Texas.
heaven.
We sent,
Pickleball heaven
we sent
over
out
here.
the Texas Challenge to the entire world.
Right.
And come on and defend your part of the world and show who's the best.
We want to see the West Virginia champion of pickleball against the rest of the
That's
rest
a
of the world.
great get.
Nice point.
That was
Boy,
a
great
game.
defense over there on that
Kim's
side.
hands are just. Yeah, that was out. Kim's
Wow.
just playing over the top. She's really stepped up her game.
Our buddy Andy Ginch is watching from Kansas City, Kansas. Hey,
Oh,
Andy.
it's chicken and pickle.
Chicken and Pickle, Mr.
Hey,
Chicken and
Andy.
Pickle. Hey, Andy.
Good to see you on. We need you here.
Too
I
low.
ta- I tr- you know, we
Where
need
is
you here,
Andy? Why isn't
He'll-
Andy
he's-
here?
He'll be here next year.
Next year, okay.
Yeah.
He's still letting somebody else win the trophy?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
That's- okay.
I want to appreciate Mega Dollar Stores, Supreme Lending, Mark Moore team, Vitality Stop for their sponsorship. We've also had several vendors, sports and non-sports. One thing that sets the Texas Open aside is we have a complete spectator experience as well. And from all feedback, it seems to be that the spectators had a great time.
Yeah, you had a good booth
No question.
set up with a lot of people there wanting to see the crowd, because with 320 participants, something like that, you probably had, I would say, maybe 900, 1,000 people.
Right.
Walking around, milling around.
Right.
Especially the first day before the rains came.
Right.
Nice tents, nice booths.
Yeah. Want to appreciate Sambuca 360 for the all-player social and the volunteer dinner, the Texas Open team dinner. Appreciate those folks and Kim.
That was a
and-
big party last
Yeah,
night.
yeah. Those
It's
folks
great
over there.
food.
Yeah,
Did you
we
go
had a
there?
great time. I didn't make it.
Didn't quite make
I
it.
did. The food was great.
Yeah.
I heard great things about it.
Sambuca 360 is a cool place.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people there last night. Sylvia, were you there?
Yes, I was there because you got 2 free drink tickets. So I'll be honest,
Oh.
I had a lot to celebrate. I won bronze
you
yesterday.
go.
Yeah, very good job, Sylvia.
Did you get out and dance on the floor?
No, I didn't stay that late because we had to. I don't know. Was there? I don't even know if
There
was
is a
music.
dance floor. There is. Yeah.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
You've been there once or twice.
I've been there a few times. Yeah,
I definitely
we
wanted to go.
appreciate iDink, the official apparel for the Texas Open as well. And
Oh, nice.
they made, we had an official towel, and just like we had the official paddle. So we took good care of our medalists, that's for sure.
So we're at 2-2-2. Second game. Wow, there's a lot of twos there. Second server, second game.
A little
Yep, that's where
miscommunication
you,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, always remind who's going to take it.
But, you know, just the default, typically in the middle, the forehand's going to grab that.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if she just thought GG was going to grab that with the backhand, but that happens sometimes.
Yep, no, yeah, and it always seems to catch you at a bad time. Oh, see, shake and bake, and that's what playing on a temporary net, you know.
Yeah, it's going to roll over like that sometimes.
Yep.
And I call it the taser shot because it kind of makes your body just jolt for a second. You're expecting one shot and then something else happens. Kind of throws off your rhythm.
Well,
She didn't bend
I
it.
can vouch because these are the two teams that took me out. So
There you go.
they're going to battle to the end, both of them. There's nobody going to give up. So whoever is the grittier team is going to prevail today. Oh,
She
that's
tried to
too
unload
bad.
on that one there.
Yeah, she doesn't miss many of those.
Dave Pike, Dingy Dave, 6,000 miles in a dinghy playing pickleball in 18 states, says hi.
My
Hi,
goodness.
Dave. 18 states.
Dave Pike making his rounds. She,
Well, that's a tough
Lisa
Great
looked like
eye.
she was going to want to
Yes.
hit that, and then she followed it all the way out. 2-4-1.
Might have been out, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, and I always say this about those close out balls right there. You know, she has to make that split-second decision, and whether that ball was out or not,
Well, you lose track sometimes of where you are, you know, and then you're in the momentum, and, you know, you're just on autopilot, and your job is get the ball back over the net.
Absolutely. And she hit a good enough shot to make GG decide.
Oh, good.
Side out.
The thing is, when you make a good shot, your paddle has to be up so you can put it away, and you're getting tired, your hands go down. You got to keep your paddle up.
4-2-1 on the side out.
I want to appreciate the team that taped and the courts and put up the nets because they had to do it in two different venues.
It's a big deal.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a huge thing. Ryan Stasny, Paco, and Charlotte.
You did a great job.
Dusty Stevenson. I think Ben Peckett and Rick Hobson was actually
Instrumental.
quite instrumental in making sure we got that done properly.
And
So
anybody
I
that's ever
appreciate
taped 30-plus courts
Yeah.
or more in 2 days is
That's a
going
lot
to
of
be
taping. That's a
Yeah.
lot of taping.
a lot of commitment.
So that's the #1 goal next year is have dedicated courts.
Sure.
We had 4 dedicated courts this year put in for all the medal matches, but we want to have dedicated courts for all the matches next year. So that's our goal.
That's your goal. That's your surprise, right? That's
Oh.
your secret sauce?
No,
There
no,
you go.
I don't know about that secret sauce. We've got a few other surprises up our sleeve, but we're going to have a real venue next year to be a platform. Although I want to compliment the venues we had this year. I got to say,
They rolled out-
beyond
they were-
reproach,
Yes.
a classy, top-notch organizations, and we had several venues, you know, working with us that were interested in hosting the Texas Open, and we selected Wagon Wheel Tennis Center in Coppell because that entire city is class act, and the leader Eric Clay over there, appreciate him and his team. They did an outstanding job putting in those courts and, you know, changing the fencing to allow for spectator viewing. Their venue is beautiful in and of itself, and it was perfect home for the inaugural Texas Open. And then Lifetime Athletic and Lifetime Fitness stepped up. You know, I had you know, scanned the area for all the possible venues, and
Yes.
and I was going to make sure that I kept the right surface. That was critical to me. But it's tough to find this many courts indoors. So we were so thankful that Lifetime stepped up and made their facility available to us. And we're so excited about how the experience ended up over here. So we kind of had an outdoor then indoor, so we had a dual experience this year.
Hey, nothing
That's
wrong with
right.
that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, I think all the players really appreciated you guys getting this indoor venue for the rest of the tournament.
Oh, didn't miss a beat. Really?
Yeah, I remember Kyle Yates was talking to us earlier, and he said, anytime you can get on outdoor surface underneath the ceiling and you can have the AC going, it's never a bad thing. So,
Yeah, right. I agree with that.
The broadcast team enjoys this environment as well.
no question.
We were out in the elements on Friday. It was a little humid,
Come on,
that's
Just a
tough.
little.
just a wee bit.
That's a tough break. Okay, so what's our score now, guys?
The Lisa and Gigi are down. 2-7-2.
In game 2.
Okay.
That was a nice dig.
Wow, wow.
She has that nice angle.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Making a social media post for everybody,
Well,
telling them the
I'm
score.
going to check on out, guys, but I just
You
wanted to
are?
come in and say I got to watch the rest of this match.
Okay.
I just want to thank everybody for being online, and we hope to see you next year.
Well, thank you, Jean Ann. We appreciate stopping by for a couple of minutes and helping us out, talking the great game of pickleball. Oh, Nicole, you're going to join us. Nicole
Special
Hudson.
surprise
All right.
guest here.
I'm just going to be here for a second. I'm all talked out.
No, you did a great job
Well,
refereeing that women's final. That was a fun match, wasn't it? I'm
That
sure
was
that was
amazing.
yeah, that was some good pickleball, and I could tell you were engaged. You're always engaged, but still, that was a special match. Probably one of the more fun matches you've probably done in a while.
It really was. And, I have the best seat as a referee. So if you want really good seats, you need to get out there, start refereeing, and become a certified referee because it is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
tell the folks how to do that. Is there a website? Do they go to the USAPA
Go to
page?
usapa.org and study the referee handbook. Contact and there's a lot of certified referee trainers in the areas where you live. And if not, USAPA can hook you up with that. And just practice, especially if you're a player. You can get out and referee anytime, and
thought
actually
that
the
one was
players make the best referees.
How many referees did you use this time? Do you know how many volunteers?
That's a really good question. I don't know. Courtney, who's refereeing right now, she's another certified referee. She would be able to handle that because, or answer that. She was in charge of coordinating all the referees.
Because
for
you
this
had referees
tournament.
on every match, didn't
Every
you?
single match.
490 matches. So
My
you had
goodness.
490, at least 490, but I don't know how many individual that represented, but there were 490-ish match, almost 500 referees.
I'm not sure many people realize how many matches get reffed in a tournament like this with 300-plus players. That's unbelievable.
Because Melissa told me that stat, there were close to 500 matches, and every match now, Nicole said, had a referee.
Every
to be
single
ref.
match. Well, and you've got people some people don't understand why tournament fees are going up, and it's because we're paying
Great
referees.
point.
If you
To be
see
sanctioned,
yeah,
right?
you watch any of these matches, and you see how important a referee is, just to make sure that it's on an even playing field for every single person.
Because sometimes it's tough to, when you're in an individual sport like this, most probably pickleball matches go unofficiated most of the time, a lot of times, or maybe if you're playing, you can see the ball gets close and you're sitting there not trying to really can see the ball, but yet when you have another set of eyes there to kind of help you out, that's better than sometimes when you're playing.
Sure. And also referees do a great job of keeping the score. So when you're in an intense battle and you're just dialed in that game, you might forget the score.
Oh, easily, I'm sure.
Well, the score, who served it, who received it.
And this is something that I've experienced personally. When I've been in a game before, you don't even realize you've messed up. You've maybe had somebody serve twice or the wrong server, and you go back and watch. I film a lot of my games, and I go back and I'm like, wow, nobody caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So having a referee is so important.
Well, because you're in the heat of the moment, and the last thing you remember, you're had a lack of oxygen from playing,
Yeah. A lot of times both teams, neither team remembers.
But
Our score is
you need to-
391. Some people are asking, so
Yeah,
sorry about that.
it's
They
4-9
just scored
now.
a point, so
Yeah.
it's 491.
I'll put that down
But
here.
yeah, Sylvia, that's it, because players should be able to focus on their play. They shouldn't have to worry. You've got enough. When I'm playing, I know I have enough to worry about as a player, so I'm always grateful and thankful for referees, and any tournament out there, you're paying your referees per match. That'll help get more referees coming in there. 591 is our score.
So our official scorekeeper left, Ravel. What happened? She was keeping score for us the whole time.
Come on, Ravel. Slacking on
on,
the job here.
Right, she left. She was watching the gold medal match. She should have watched this gold medal match. She was keeping score for us.
Maybe she was keeping score while she was reffing another match.
Maybe so. That's nice
Great get. Helen just is getting these great gets.
These are amazing points.
I'm
guys.
telling you what. Great defensive.
That was outstanding. Helen got some amazing shots. But getting back to the ref, the thing is that's a perfect example of Serena Williams in the U.S. Open. You know, as a player, you need to know the rules, you know, and so I think being a referee is a good way to learn the rules and feel what it's like if you've ever rude to your, to your ref. But I think everyone should take the time to really read the rule book and learn.
For sure. And guys, we've got a timeout here. There was a little run here by Gigi and Lisa, and I think a well-timed timeout again.
They were down 9-3.
It made a run.
Made a run. Now it's 6-9.
Pickleball can change in the blink of an eye. I mean, you can be dominating, in control. One thing might happen that changes that momentum, and all of a sudden you blink and the score's either tied up or it's a really close game all of a sudden. So I think that was a great timeout call right there. And we're going to see if the statistics rings true.
Up. Do you know the statistic, the golden rule? Tell them the golden rule.
It's been nicknamed the golden rule all of a sudden, but this is something we've seen over and over today as I've been here broadcasting with him. The team that ends up calling a timeout and stopping that momentum of the team running comes out of this timeout, they get a drink of water, and they come out more focused. And we've seen over and over and over that team ends up winning this next point.
Only
so
we're gonna see when Scott Moore was in the,
and it's because Scott jinxed it. I think
he jinxed it,
but he was spot on with it. But you know, I was batting 1,000 until that one, but it's been very, very high percentage that this team over here in the red would win this point coming out. So let's see if it rings true.
See if Kim and Helen can.
It did not ring true right there.
You know it's because you jinxed it. You talked about it.
We talked about it.
You should have talked about it afterwards.
That's right.
Probably would have.
That's right.
Well, they're close to winning the match, so they're tight. They're nervous. They have to play to
That's
win.
a
We play
That's
not
true.
to lose, too. Because when we played against them, we were the same one. We were up 10-8, and I really wanted to win, and we did. But
nice shot, Helen.
But good for them. You got to come back and be aggressive. You can't play to not lose. You have to play to win.
When you're winning the game, it is easy to play a little different, trying to either close the game out, maybe get a little too aggressive, or play too conservative, like you said.
7-9-2.
Well, you start playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win, and that's with any sport. That's a problem, and you just have to remember to breathe.
That's a great point.
Oh, Gigi
That's not the
barely
Gigi
missed it.
to get back. She was a little bit far from the kitchen line.
That's unusual for Gigi to
It
be off
is.
that non-volley zone line.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when they're banging at you, personally, I'm a foot back too because I need that extra reaction time.
I'm not that smart, Sylvia. I stay up there.
You just stay up
No,
and
you
defend.
you have probably better hands than I do then.
I like to be a little more intimidating. And see, Gigi's got in the exact game that she wants. She's in a
Great, Helen.
Great. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Wow.
It's a good put away by Lisa.
Hockey term, that's the 5-hole.
That's the 5-hole right there.
5-hole in hockey. It was right down between the legs.
No matter what you call it, that was a point.
So I believe that's 9-7-2 now.
9-7-2. You're correct.
We've got our referee here, so she's keeping us straight.
If she doesn't know the score, then we're in trouble.
We're in big trouble, yep.
That was out.
All right, game point.
10-7.
Point 10-7.
And then they'll go to a third one.
I was going to say, this is game 2, guys, so they're trying to close this one out at 10-7.
Naturally, they want to go to the third. You know, it's always got to be that way in the last match of the day, right?
Great backhand by Helen.
Yeah, and as viewers, we love to see it game 3.
Go the distance,
Look
right?
at Helen.
Reset the point. Here they come.
Oh,
Nice
nice
lob.
lob. Oh, just out.
Just out.
We were all holding our breath to see if that lob right there stayed in.
She was looking.
It kind of came out of left field right there. We weren't expecting that lob.
That
so
was a very timely lob.
just went a little long. I think the problem sometimes with lobs on a pickleball court is it's only 44 feet long, so it's a quite a bit smaller than a tennis court. So if you don't time that lob perfect and hit it just right, it's going to sail.
Well, and also you have a hard plastic ball and a hard paddle. And so if you're a tennis player and you can come out and you think that this is an easy sport, it is hand-eye coordination. It's an easy sport to learn, but it's the most difficult sport to master from tennis because you don't have that compression ball and strings where you can create spin and you can use your top spin. It's a completely different shot.
Absolutely.
Side out there. Vicki, Joe Eisman chiming in. Lifetime Fitness moved mountains to make this venue available. My husband and I were able to help secure. So thank you, Vicki. We appreciate that, Vicki Joe. Helping the Texas Open move indoors.
There we
And
go.
that's
Game
it.
2
There
in the
we go.
books.
Game 2.
What was the
Okay,
final?
go to game
11-7?
11-7.
11-7.
Okay, we're going to go to the third one. Get your popcorn ready, sports fans.
Every one of us loves to see a game 3.
Well, naturally, the last game of the actual tournament, probably. I don't think there's any more. I think I don't hear any more action going on the other side of the venue. So this is the last match of the tournament.
It's
of
only
the first
fitting
annual.
to see a game 3 here.
That's right.
Oh yeah, no, you want to go the distance.
Well,
At
and-
3:25 local time.
And what Vicki was saying, also, let me say with the Lifetime Fitness and Lifetime Athletics, the staff here has been amazing to work with. And it's been wonderful to see all their clients come in and ask what's going on. They've never seen this many people in the lobby. And so hopefully this just really spreads the word of pickleball, especially for Lifetime. I know in some of their facilities across the nation, they have pickleball, they offer pickleball, and I think this venue will start offering pickleball pretty
Oh
soon.
yeah,
because
I
they're
mean
No
they'd be
doubt.
silly not to. I'm sure they have a lot of afternoon time that they could be
Filling up the
rent-
courts.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look over here to your left. We've got Craig Bell, we've got Nicole, we've got Scott, we've got Sylvia broadcasting live on the USAPA Facebook page. We want to thank them for letting us to invade their territory for a little while. They're offline while we're online, so
There we go.
they were nice enough and gracious enough to allow us to use their Facebook page. We've had a great response. We really appreciate Christine Barksdale and the folks at USAPA for allowing us to do this. It's been an unbelievable viewership for the last 3 days. We were definitely over the 20,000
I was going to
mark
say
at this point.
20,000.
Anytime
plus.
it pops up on Facebook, I mean, people will watch it. They may not be watch the whole thing, but they'll watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Or play it back later.
And they'll come back and watch it. I've noticed that on Saturday especially. I was looking at it at various times throughout the evening. Went from about 5,000 over to 7,000. There was about a 2,000 view swing within about 10 hours. So people are going
amazing.
back and watching for whatever length of time. We don't know that metrics, but people were going back and watching. People will go back and watch this as well. So, congratulations to the USAP. I think we hopefully helped them out here a little bit, spread the word for
Absolutely.
pickleball. We were all over the world. We were over in Switzerland today. We were talking to
Unbelievable.
one of Kyle's friends, I think, was over in Switzerland watching from.
He gave a shout out.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
right. And
Okay.
Kyle mentioned his fantastic beard. I
The
think
beard. Yeah, he
he
called
knew
him the
that he had
beard.
a great beard. A little insight there from Kyle.
That's not the beard, right?
It's not the
Not the
beard,
beard,
Okay.
but
Okay.
a beard.
Brian Ashworth was not the one that was
Okay.
coming from Switzerland there.
So
but
we have a beard. It's
We-
the beard.
yeah,
Okay.
that's right. There's a big difference,
There's
right?
a big difference.
Yes, it was not the beard.
There's one and only the beard.
That's correct. Anybody
All right,
that's been
here we
around
go.
pickleball
First
knows.
serve.
Here we go.
All right.
Third game. This is it. Gold medal match.
And as a reminder, the first team to 6, that's off the Helen's paddle. First team to 6 will swap sides in game number 3.
That's right.
And if Kim and if they pull it out, Kim and Helen, then they'll go to a game of 15. Oh, nice.
And if anybody's wondering why would we have that game to 15, it's because the undefeated team has to be defeated 2 times for this to be a true double elimination tournament. So when the team comes in that's undefeated, if they were to lose this best 2 out of 3, we have to have a deciding game to 15
Good point.
to declare a gold medalist and a silver medalist.
Now the net was a disadvantage to her on that shot
And especially when you hit the very center of these temporary nets, there's
that stick in the middle
Stick in the
too,
middle.
yeah.
It shoots a lot of times.
3-0-2.
Ooh.
Boy, that one just hung there. For a
Speaking
couple
of hitting the
seconds.
middle right
yeah,
there,
yeah, right where the stick is. It doesn't give.
it's not very
it
forgiving.
bounces back. Yep.
So 0-3-1 side out. Kim serving to Lisa.
Nice.
Boy, Gigi's the wall up there, isn't she?
She really is. And that's just from, I think, years of playing and just being a competitor. She's a wall for sure over there.
Oh, great.
I
shot.
remember one of the first YouTube videos that I watched. Got a little
We have a controversial
little
whether the ball
discussion
was in or
here.
out.
Little discussion.
You know, and it is difficult because the lines, we've got 2 lines right there, so it is a little difficult.
Sure. And these line judges do the best job that they can, guys. When they're calling these, they're going to be focused. They're going to do the best calling that they can do. So
That lob again was just a little long, a couple inches long. Side out, Lisa serving. Sylvia, what kind of changes do you think that Lisa and Gigi are going to make to try to take this third game?
Well, when we played them and lost to them in the bronze medal, I mean, they were shaking and baking hard. You either have to do the same what they're doing because they're being successful at it. Because Carol and I were thinking, what could we have done better? And they should just start banging it hard at them then, if that's what they're doing, you know? And shake and bake too. You bang it hard, and then someone's got to cover the middle and let them try to go for those angles. Because they're going to probably hit it out. Let them make a good shot.
And we did just see Lisa try to speed that ball up on a forehand there, so maybe that is the game plan a little bit here. Put a little pressure.
1-3-1 on the side out.
See, that's the second time they've got him down the middle.
Yeah.
And you really have to practice that when they hit, bang it harder to be able to just slice it down into the kitchen.
Good deep return from Gigi.
Nice.
Great put away there by Lisa.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of keeping away from Lisa, so the pressure's on Gigi.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, is Gigi good enough to beat both of those two girls together if they gang up on her? You know, that's a strategy. You know, you're going to wear her down mentally and physically, you know?
It's a tough job to wear Gigi Lemaster down mentally.
I agree.
It is a tough. She has so much experience.
She's been in this situation a lot.
Steady. Yep.
It's a good shot from
They
Helen.
used a little speed there, right?
Yeah.
Kind of threw that curveball in there.
Threw it right at the body.
I'm not sure she was ready for that one.
No. 3-1-2 is our score.
Nice.
Side out. Looks like Kim may have just kind of rolled or.
Did she pull something or hurt something? It looks like she's up
We're
on
seeing
I
the-
think she just stepped a little.
There's a little
awkward.
frustration from Gigi right now, and she holds her composure really well. We're just
Well, you
seeing
have
just
to.
a
You
bit
have
of
to be
emotion.
mentally tough, especially if they're picking on you. And you know, okay, I'm good, and I can't let this get me down. I've got to, you know. And
Well-
Lisa's got to try to get into the game. Lisa somehow moving at the net.
But when she does, she's got to pick that right moment.
Agreed.
I
It's got to
was-
be
yeah.
good timing.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, the net shots with these portable nets, you know, you're going to have a lot of these roll over and a lot of them kind of skip, and that's just tough. That's a tough shot right there.
Do you guys feel that more people drive the third shot on portable nets, just hoping
Oh,
to
yeah,
get something
that's-
like that?
yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think that's a strategy that the pros do for sure.
See, right down the middle. Good for her.
Greg Turk chiming in from St. George, Utah. They
Awesome.
have a big tournament coming up, I think, in next month, don't they?
Oh, Fall Brawl in
Fall
October
Brawl.
is amazing. Amazing.
I haven't been out to Utah
and the
to play
Huntsman's
pickleball
coming
yet.
up too.
Oh, yeah. Huntsman is, how many players is that, Sylvia?
I know it's a lot. It's kind of like a senior games type, but they've got every sport. But I mean, I think pickleball has the most participants, and it's like hard to get into. I mean, we're talking midnight. You got to be on your computer, or you're not going to get in.
And it fills up in minutes, is what I hear.
I tried to get in, and they said I was too young. I didn't understand that. I was like, what do you mean? But it's apparently it's a 50-plus, right? It's the
Yeah,
senior
yes,
games.
yes.
Senior.
You got a few more years, Golden Boy.
Just a few. Sneaking up on it quick, though.
You'll be the Golden Man in 50 instead of the Golden
There
Boy
we go.
under 50, right?
I'll graduate to the Golden Man. But, you know, I used to think 50 was old, but now that I'm –
Wow, Greg Turk reported in 700 players. Oh, she
There we
wishes
go.
she had
My
that,
goodness.
that shot back.
it's a strong number, Greg.
For the
Yeah.
Fall Brawl, or is
Yeah,
that for the
Fall
Huntsman?
Brawl.
Okay.
700 players.
Sorry, for
700.
Huntsman.
No, that's
sorry.
for
Huntsman,
Huntsman.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, there we
Huntsman.
go.
I was going to say, I don't think Fall Brawl has 700. That'd be impressive.
But that's just 50 and over. Can imagine if it was open to everyone, what the
Sure.
numbers would be.
We had 900 come to Birmingham at the BJCC back in
900?
August.
Really?
Senior players from all
National
over the
Senior
Unbelievable.
Olympics, yeah,
Yep.
National Senior Olympics.
And even though I'm only 34, I wanted to be a part of that, and so I would go up there every evening.
Just kind of
And,
see check out what was going on.
Absolutely, and
Nice.
I got
That's
to
a
play
nice
some
exchange.
amazing.
I was there. Did you see me?
I did. You didn't know
See,
who I was
Eric and
back
I
then,
played.
though. Nobody knew who I was then.
Well, it was a big draw. I mean, our draw was, I think there was 34 teams in our draw.
They had 30 courts on slick concrete.
Yeah, it was hard on your back because it was just, and it's going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico in June. So everyone's busy qualifying this year, and it'll be in Albuquerque in June.
Timothy, to answer your question, no, I have not found a replacement hat yet. I've gotten mixed feedback from that cowboy hat that I was wearing. I actually left it in Nashville a couple weeks ago.
We should have brought your cowboy hat here. This is Texas.
I should just technically buy one here in Texas.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't get any more authentic than that. So
I'm surprised Jan Spano didn't come. She's known for wearing her cowboy hat at all the tournaments.
I would have loved to have gotten a picture with her with both of our
Yeah.
cowboy hats. That would have made a good picture
You
there.
got to have boots also, too. Did you bring your
I
boots?
didn't bring my boots. I didn't have enough
come
room.
on.
You know, I was flying light with the luggage. So maybe next time.
Next time, okay. There's always
So
a
what's the
next
score?
second.
They
annual.
switched, so it's 6 what?
We'll get it here in a second. We'll get Courtney to yell the score. But we've been social media. We'll give an update
Now,
here
this
in
is
just
a new
second.
rule. When you switch sides, either a game to 15 or a third game, and you switch sides to 6, the teams get a 1-minute break.
Oh, they
so it's
do?
not a timeout, but you get a
Oh, okay.
1-minute break now. It's a new rule this year.
6-3-2.
So what strategy have they done to be able to be up?
I think Gigi's just kind of being, look, she's moving the ball around well.
And she's being very patient.
Yeah.
You know, that's her strength, I think. She's very disciplined, very patient. Because she's been in these situations so many times, I don't think she's fazed by anything.
No, not at all.
Well, you know what? Carolyn and I said, the person who comes, the team that comes out being aggressive first, you have the first chance. And they're being aggressive, more aggressive than they were before.
Yeah, absolutely. And aggressive at the right times.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I think that's
Well,
the big
it's
thing.
aggressive with the banging shots, leading off with the banging shot. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know how much more aggressive you can get. But that was a great reset.
No, look, Gigi's moving the ball around well. She's hitting a couple dinks in the middle, then she's going out wide.
There
and
you
go.
she's punching that ball.
When that ball came up, she got her off balance. When that ball came up, she just put it nice. And, she didn't overhit right there.
Yeah.
She didn't hit that ball 90 miles an hour. She just put it away nice and smooth. Right, 3-7.
3-7-2, right? 3-7-2.
Got the serve back, side out.
Yep. Well, banging like that, unless you're good at judging if it's going to be in or out, 50-50 chance of them putting their paddle on it or letting it go. And my thought process is you're never going to get hurt playing pickleball, but you're going to get hurt yourself getting out of the way of the ball, crook your neck a little
That's
bit.
exactly right.
I agree with that.
It's a wiffle ball, guys. It doesn't
I
hurt that
know.
much. It's okay.
Most of the time, the injuries come
The
from trying to
contortions-
avoid getting hit.
Yeah. Just not in the face. We don't want to
Yes.
That's
don't
right.
hit anybody in the face.
Come on, come to the line, Gigi.
I'm surprised they're not dinking to Lisa more. I mean,
You-
I
you
understand
know,
they
I
want
was-
to spin it up, but I'm surprised that they're not making Lisa dink more.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was kind of wondering the same
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
that,
because she's the banger of the two, and they're
no, but she's saying force her into the dink
Yeah.
game. I mean, Gigi's a steady rock
Yeah.
dinking, and Lisa likes that power. So
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised
I
they're
am
not
too.
but
changing to
Gigi's
that
not
too.
going to get it back hard to them as Lisa will.
More
and with
predictable.
spin, Lisa hits it back hard with the spin.
3-7-2.
Ooh, Kim tried to take that dink, hit a lob off the dink right there. She didn't get it quite deep enough.
7-3-1. Nancy Jessup chiming in from Florence, Massachusetts. We're up in the New England area.
Nice.
Thanks, Nancy.
Oh, Lisa, see,
Look at
she's
that
on
rip
automatic.
backhand.
That
Wow.
is muscle memory at its best right there.
Absolutely.
She didn't have to think about it. It was just,
She definitely doesn't have a
Autopilot.
problem putting the ball away.
no, just down the middle, and she hit it in a perfect spot.
8-3-1.
We're seeing Gigi and Lisa pull away just slightly here at 8-3.
Nice.
Good defense there.
Way to reset the point. Way to reset the point,
That's
Lisa.
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Smart
really
shot
great
by Lisa.
defense.
Great defense, smart shot.
That
That'll
ball was a
matter.
little bit too low for her to use double her
To whip
two-handed
that two-handed backhand over.
Mhm.
Yep.
Too low over the net.
Infield, Connecticut. Ryan
You know, but that's the time to miss a serve. You're the
Yep.
first server. You're up 9-3. Go for it a little bit.
Sure.
Well, and that was a loopy serve, which can be very effective. They have to generate the power to get it over.
Yeah.
Is that going to be good? No, it's gonna be
No,
wrong.
it's a little much. Little much.
See, they're getting, that they have to calm themselves down. They're forcing it. They have to.
391.
Greg Turk says, I just looked at Fall Brawl also has 700 entries.
So those numbers are strong. That's impressive.
Oh,
Boy, I tell you what, that's just a good bounce.
Dusty on the line says it's good.
yeah.
The net kind of stopped the momentum of it going out, and it just dropped right in.
Brian chiming in from Enfield, Connecticut. We're all over the United States. We probably hit all 50 states, I would imagine.
It's amazing, isn't it?
People interested in pickleball, watching
Everywhere.
from all over.
Yeah. Watching on their phones,
That-
on their iPads.
Some are watching the football games. We saw a couple people watching football.
They can
in
grab-
That's
pickleball.
probably why so many people watched it late yesterday because
Right.
of the football games.
Yeah, you can grab your iPad and throw on some live coverage of pickleball in Texas, and you can also have the NFL playing on your TV, so
There you go.
or whatever you choose. It doesn't
Okay,
have to be football.
9-4-1.
9-4-1.
Lisa did a soft serve. Blocked it back perfect.
And they're just making their way forward.
That may
shot,
be why they
Lisa.
don't dink towards Lisa,
Yeah, she's
because
got that nice flick.
she'll just take it and push the pace at
All
you.
right, this is game point. Is this
Well,
10?
Championship
Point. But the dink was really deep.
True,
Okay, so
true.
if you get that dink shorter, you can't really hit that over the net.
That's
like
true.
That.
I guess they just feel like Gigi's not going to hurt them in that way,
Yeah.
where Lisa's going to make you pay.
Oh,
She went for it.
that was a great shot by Kim.
Look, she's telling herself, calm down. Lisa's like, calm down.
Yeah.
She's
calm
getting a
down.
little
Here
amped
we
up
go.
right there, trying
Yeah,
to close
here
it
we go.
out.
They're tired. They,
And there's so much adrenaline, too.
Sure.
10-4.
Match point. This game's not over, folks.
No. Side out.
The hardest point in pickleball is to get that number 11. It's so difficult.
It's definitely.
Claire Dial, Slime chiming in. Thanks USAPA for streaming all the matches.
Oh, that was a great pickup off of it. Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Boy,
Very
look at
nice.
that top spin
Way
roll.
to be there in the middle. Way to watch the ball, Helen.
5-10.
Still not over.
First server.
Still not over.
You can blink and this game, can change in a minute here. So
You can drive it.
There we go. Coming into the net. A little bit more of a traditional pickleball point here.
Nice angle on that one. Oh, Lisa was there too.
She's there.
But the person that she's been standing around to,
Yeah.
be on your toes and being ready.
and that might be a game plan there. Is like go at Gigi. She's a little more predictable with her dinking, a little more steady, and then try to catch Lisa off guard when she's not ready.
Yeah, 6-10 on one.
All of a
was
sudden,
nice.
this,
Another
this
point.
game's changing. I mean,
They should call a timeout.
That's my guess. I think that's coming up soon. Maybe not.
Not yet, no. Okay, it looked like
Surprise.
Gigi was kind of
I
walking
thought
over.
so too.
maybe they feel like they've still got control
And
of
it's
this for
they have
now.
one. Well, I guess maybe they're waiting.
Yeah, there aren't many timeouts, I don't think, called this game.
Ball went long. Isn't it amazing how a team can be down 10-4, 10-5,
It ain't
and
over.
once they see a couple points go by, then all of a sudden their shots get crisper.
Yeah.
They start being more focused. The momentum really swings, and that's what you're just seeing right here.
Well, you get tentative. You don't want to lose, and you get tight.
And then if you're the one who's making the run coming back, you're on a roll.
You
You're
catch fire.
loose, you're catching fire, and you've got confidence. So
Yep.
you get a couple points, you get some confidence there and roll that off.
And then a couple balls go long for this team over here on this side, and all of a sudden you've got that game gets a lot closer.
Yeah, they're gripping their paddles too tight. That ball's flying out. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a nice little run, 10-8, 8-10. And I think
a
first
first
server
server,
still.
yeah, it's
First
still
server,
first
8-10-1.
So we'll see if this timeout was a well
What do
used
you think?
timeout.
Okay, we've missed on 2 now, so that's
It's been a long day. My gut instincts
Still
it may
going
not
back?
be quite as strong as it was earlier in the day, but No, I mean, I still think it rings true, you know, and the percentages, I think, lend itself to the team that calls that timeout. There's a reason they're calling the timeout, right?
Trying to stop the flow,
Sure,
Yeah.
they want to stop that momentum.
Because it was 10-4, I believe.
All right, time's back in. We
Here
have
we go.
8-10 on 1. Good deep serve to the backhand. Wow.
And for everybody watching, guys, this is game 3 of the Senior Open Pro Women's Division. And here's the thing. Kim and Helen have to win this game 3 to push a game to 15.
Oh, that was
That's a
on the
good
line.
deep ball. That's
Boy, I
a
think
good deep ball.
Hopefully Helen's
Looked like she
okay.
kind of got into that netting
That
back
was right
there.
on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it skidded too.
So,
The
yeah.
line judge must have agreed with us as well,
Yeah.
the back judge.
9-10 on 2 here.
She didn't hit her back on something behind that curve.
God, she's fine. She's smiling. They need this next. Oh, well.
Oh,
I was going to
Slide
say,
out. Here we
that
go.
next point
Yeah.
is important because if they tie that up 10-10, then it's no longer they just have to get 1 point. It would have been they had to win by 2. So that's a crucial point in this game
Yeah.
here.
Basically-
Possible match point, 10-9-1.
There's
It's great defense. Kim was able to keep that ball alive. The next
Yeah.
ball came up, and Helen put that ball away.
Yeah.
match point number 2. Or actually number 4, probably.
see that everything
To this
GIGI.
rotation.
During this
To this
rotation.
rotation.
Yes.
go.
There you go. Everybody being very cautious right
Yeah.
here.
And
Oh,
that's it.
and that's the
Wow,
game,
what a
guys.
match, ladies.
That was
What
a great match. Great match. Well, thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes,
that was
thank
awesome.
you.
11-4, 7-11, 11-9 to Lisa Naumu and GIGI Lemaster.